Welcome back to the MLG.TV Columbus Open. I am Mr. X, joined by the wonderful, illustrious Maven.
Illustrious. That's so kind. But yes, we were just on Alpha together for the last series between Denial and Vitality.
I don't know why.
Vitality.
I don't know why I thought it was funny.
We're now staying in the same exact pool here, which we are going to be going this time, though, with Stunner matching up against FaZe. Now, FaZe, we saw take control. I mean, I was trying to think of the way to describe it. It was a really close series with Vitality, but ultimately they took it 3-1.
Yeah, so who are the players to watch out for FaZe in that series against Vitality?
I mean, Aix and Apathy were the ones really going off. Aix was crushing for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, I'd expect that. I mean, you know, try hard Aix. You expect him to come out and perform very well at the first event. You see Slasher here. He's going to be working towards the middle. He's going to be going along this right side. May even try and get over towards this next hill rotation. And as you see, it's going to be Vex right here, going to get in the hardpoint. Kolchan getting in there as well. I have Stunner in my top 8 predictions when we did the prediction show.
You did. You know, at first I thought you were kidding, but
I really didn't know why I honestly picked them.
Well, you know,
just kind of picked
a
them.
lot of times we talk about just the age thing kind of with Call of Duty. You know, when players start to get a little older, they start to fall a little bit behind. You have those young up-and-comers that come with that raw talent and start to rock stuff, and you see these TJ Haley's, Kolchan.
Right.
It's a younger
TJ Haley's got to be like 15 now. He's more mature.
Yeah, he's good, though. He's one of those really good young players, and that's a team we've been watching out for. But taking a look here so far, it's been pretty much, at least off the break, it's going to be all about FaZe right now, and Slasher and Apathy getting it done both at 7-4 here with a 20-point lead currently. Yeah,
I mean, Slasher, I think, is one of the more underrated players. Somebody we really don't talk about when we talk about this FaZe team. You know, we usually talk about Aix, we talk about Apathy, and we talk about Censor's arms, and we don't talk about Slasher really much at all. And I think now, you know, he's going to be put on this team. Obviously, a ton more attention on him with the players he's playing with, and I think, you know, he's going to have a good year.
I just tried.
You just tried to push my chair over.
I just pushed you all over. I was trying to get us centered on the camera here, and I almost toppled you over. If I push you on the floor live during,
I'm a small child. Don't push me.
That would have been absolutely incredible. But we are on with Censor here, still about a 20-point advantage. He's got one out front of the right here. Going to be able to pick up that kill. Censor, he's been struggling a little bit this weekend, at least in the KD department. I know he is their objective player, but had a couple of those games where he's really lagging behind. And right now at 2-7, he's got to get things going. Yeah,
I mean, there's being an objective player, and then obviously, you know, there's just not really doing anything. And I think there's some games where he kind of gets so focused on doing the objective where he kind of doesn't kill people.
Yeah, it happens from
time to time. It happens to tons of objective players, though, not just Censor.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. But Censor, one heck of a player, but still when
Censor plays, you know, with the right mindset, he is one of the best OBJ players in Call of Duty because he can actually shoot. He has the confidence.
Just needs to be a little more selfish at times. But, you know, I mentioned Apathy and Aix right now. Apathy is actually going to be 15-9, leading the way for this squad, and you see Aix going to be just soaking up the last couple of seconds here. The first team to the rotation was Stunner, but if Apathy picks up a couple of kills here, that early rotation is going to be for naught. Yeah,
so he actually, he just stuffed that guy. Yeah, he did.
God.
He just
That's
stuffed Vex right there.
Too.
That's all 4 down, and we're going to see that Stunner they're going to be spawning on this left-hand side, and this is so dangerous, Maven, because, you know, you start spawning on just one side of the map, and FaZe just has to focus on that one side. They don't even need to look anywhere else. But I like this play from Kolchan coming through the middle, just not able to finish off those kills. And Apathy 20-10 to start off this game.
Yeah, you know, that's one of the ones that we've talked about, the fact that you need to rotate a little bit earlier. From that glass building to this back parking lot. It's a pretty big rotation, and Stunner were the first to get it done, but they lost every single gunfight, got 4 down, and now control has gone over to FaZe, and they've jumped this lead up to basically 60 right now with a little over
rotating early is a great idea. You still have to kill people when you get there. So right there, you know, great rotation out of Stunner, just not able to, you know, really solidify any time, and it just looks like they are just running around right now. Let's see, he's in the middle of the map. Right now, Vex, he is in the same spot, trying to lock down this next hard point as it should be coming up any second now as it just pops up. But you see, look at the arrows on your mini-map. FaZe is just being so aggressive. Apathy getting to, Slasher coming in from the up top. This up top catwalk is a great spot to take control of.
You know, that's what we were talking about Killa with outside earlier. You said you can't really just have one person rotate in this game.
No.
It's just that they'll get swarmed, and that's what we just saw. It was Vex was the first man in the hill, and what happened? 4 FaZe members just flooded and took that from him so easily.
Yeah, you know, speaking with Apathy, I believe it was Thursday night when we were with him. he's extremely excited about this team. You know, he talked about Slasher and Aches. You know, he thinks Aches is one of the best captains in Call of Duty, and he's excited to play with him. You know, I thought they would actually put up a better fight against Denial. I was pretty disappointed that they didn't put up a better fight against them. But I think going on in this tournament, this team can only get better. Yeah,
and again, that's a day one matchup in pool play. You never know. If it's Championship Sunday and they meet up in the winner's bracket, if that's the case, if they do finish top 2 and end up meeting up, well, I guess it would probably end up being meeting up in the loser's bracket, but if they do end up meeting up on Sunday, it could be a very, very different outcome.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You see the Hardpoint, it's going to go back until the middle original Hardpoint. This is one kind of like that first hill on retreat, not going to get much time. You can actually get up pretty good time if you have one player sit where Doug is right now, and you can get these players up top, one up in that cut area. You see where Apathy is on your mini map. You can get one player up top there to look over as well. That helps. But you know, it's so easy to break from up top, which you just saw from Stunner.
Yeah, they finally came in. That was one of the better holds, at least early on, though. They got the first, 30 or so points out of that one. The lead is now up to 100 seconds right now for FaZe. This has been all of them from the beginning. Apathy's already broken the 30 mark. He's at 32 and 19 right now. Looks like Slasher is approaching that as well. And yeah, Slasher's a player, you know, some called him a ghoster. Some said he wouldn't be able to carry it over into this game, but it is no question he has become a top-tier Slayer for sure at 27 and 19, absolutely crushing. The only player really struggling on their side right now, just in the slaying department, is 13 and 21 Sensor, but he does have 5 caps to his name.
Right, but he has 5 caps, and he's doing the jobs that they want him to do. I think I watched him scrim maybe a week ago, and you know,
about a week ago.
About a week ago. That's like the second time I've done that. And now I can't even talk. But Aches and him were going at it a little bit, and it was kind of Aches telling Sensor, like, look, like, I don't care if you go negative, like, just do what you're supposed to do for this team. Yeah, so you see right now, it's going to be Stunner. They're going to be in charge of the Hardpoint, but it looks like Aches and Sensor are going to break that together. See Sensor 15-23, Aches 26-22, Apathy obviously the one for FaZe really doing the work at 35-24. I mean, Apathy towards the end of Ghost, but pretty much throughout all of Ghost. Black Ops 2 didn't have the best year, you know, played a little bit on Curse, didn't really play much after that. But, you know, on Ghost, I mean, he was one of the breakout players of the year.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't agree more. And Apathy and crew right now are just crushing Stunner. They're up still about 100 points. Every player outside of Sensor right now is positive for the side of FaZe, whereas when you look on the flip side, every single player is negative right now. And you're not going to be able to keep up with a team as talented as FaZe if you're getting outslayed by that much.
Well, I think the thing that you see from FaZe is they're just moving so fast that they're so aggressive throughout the map. You see they're never not going forward. Right? They're never going backward on the map. They're never kind of sitting there and hesitating. They're just running and just trying to outgun Stunner. And I think that's something that FaZe, you know, if that's their play style, I think they'll have good success. I think if they just try and force gunfights, I think they have guns that can match up with pretty much anybody.
Yeah, tons and tons of talent on this team. Just over 2 to play. Still pretty good advantage. Stunner trying to climb back a little bit. They are not obviously mathematically out of this one yet. We're going to have that. This is the long rotation back to parking lot now, which we're going to see coming. And you see the first couple of players there. It's going to be Sensor and Crew just forced that spawn there, which is huge. If they can pick up a couple of big kills here, they should be able to get pretty much the first half of this Hardpoint.
Oh, yeah. If they can pick up a few kills here, you'll see they'll spawn out pretty far. So you see Sensor, he's going to go in there and pick up one, and they're going to spawn again in that same spot. They're going to spawn all the way on this left. It's going to be Kolchan spawning over there, but they're actually going to be able to break it. So pretty nice break right there out of Stunner.
Yeah, no, that was actually really well done because they had all 4 pretty much set up and waiting. And I think it was the first player in. I don't know. God, I forget which one it was from Stunner, but he got a couple, I think 2 entry frags as he went in there. And that really kind of broke open the gates there for them to flood in. And they're starting to climb back a bit. 60-point advantage.
Yeah, they're starting to come alive a bit.
Only 75 points. I think it's going to be a little, kind of too late.
They're going to really have to come alive. They're going to
this final hill, they're going to have to control the entire thing.
Right, so you see FaZe is all over that next hill. There's one player actually from Stunner who's going to go all the way around, and this is the young god TJ Haley. He's working all the way around here. He should go up on this catwalk. Somebody had to sniff it out. So it's going to be, he's going to take out Slasher, but it looks like he's going to get pushed from his left, and he's going to get taken out. But at least they got a contest on that. They didn't give up the full time. See Kolchan, he's going to be working his way around the back. You're going to have players going around the front, but it looks like FaZe is going to be able to hold on to this.
Yep, I think it's just going to be mathematically impossible now. They're going to be able to take control of this first one. And I mean, I guess the only positive you really take from that if you are the side of Stunner, is you showed some life late. You were down about 100 for a majority of the middle of that game, and you were able to climb back in it a bit. Too little, too late. But the one thing that I know, these young guys, these TJ Haleys, they're known for their S&D prowess, at least throughout Ghost. I know a lot of them are very solid S&D players. We'll see how it's transferred over to this game. Yeah,
that's what I'm really going to be looking forward to. You know, this team, they're a team that they kind of have to win, run, respawn, just kind of figure out a way to win it. And I think they'll win their search and destroy. As obviously FaZe, one of the most practiced teams here. Obviously, you know, it's Sensor and Aches, pretty dedicated people. That, you know, they're not going to go away in S&D pretty easily.
All right, so game number one, we'll take a look at the KDs here. Apathy, man of the hour in the slaying department. He's going to go 45 and 32, put up some huge numbers there. Slasher, 37 and 36 with 12 captures to his name.
But look at, hold on, if we can bring the scoreboard back up, Ron, when we get a chance. I think I have it on my screen. 2 defends for Stunner.
2 total.
2 total defends for Stunner.
That means when they rotated early and they got set up,
they got broke.
They didn't do a very good job.
Right, yeah, no. They had the right idea. They were on their rotations, just couldn't get those kills in the first half of the game.
Second half of the game, they rotation a few times, but
second half of the game they came alive. First half.
Yeah. But that's not very many defense, not at all. When every single player has as many, if not more, defense in your entire roster. Yeah,
pretty much. Not a good sign.
All right, well, what are we looking at for game number 2? Obviously, this was on Solar, so I believe Search and Destroy Biolab will be the next one. Now, I'd like to see. The last time I did FaZe, they were playing against Vitality, and they had to deal with constant A pushes, which was very different than what we're used to on Biolab. We'll see how this one plays out. I expect a lot more action at B. Don't go anywhere. Tweet the stream. We'll be back with game number 2 in just a moment.